So the first question is, how manageable is it to live and work in London? So I would say, by the way, I'm talking about London, England, not London in Canada, just in case. But what I would say is that it so depends on the person. But that I think if you go into it with a positive attitude, then I think it's possible for most people. But I think you have to find strategies that work for you. So I thought it might be helpful to talk about a few strategies that I use. So first of all, some people can get on really well in a flat share, but that's something that caused me a lot of anxiety because I couldn't predict when people were going to be coming and going and that kind of thing. So I found that actually living on my own, although that's really expensive, I don't live in central London, so it is a bit cheaper. So I suppose I would I would say that that might be a better option because it just means that or maybe if you were just living with one other person, that was never really an option for me, but that might work for you. So I'd say make sure that you have a space in which you feel comfortable in and that you can relax in, and also a home that tailors to your sensory needs is important. For travelling around, which I imagine for lots of people would be a big concern, I use my phone a lot actually. So I have a pair of noise cancelling Bluetooth wireless headphones, and these go pretty much everywhere with me. These ones in particular are made by Marley. They're really good because they fold up quite small. I think you can even get it smaller than that. Anyway, you're not watching this video to see me fold up headphones, but these are noise cancelling headphones and they allow me to listen to music. I have a Spotify subscription and that's a real blessing. Like, it comes with my phone contract and it's fantastic because it means that I can listen to music that suits my mood, but also there's some music that can be better for travelling. So like ambient music might not be so great for travelling because it's quieter. Whereas something that has a constant volume can be really good. So like listening to, I don't know, like Metallica or something like that. Even though there are some songs where, where it starts quieter and gets louder, or, Radiohead or Muse or something like that that's really, has a lot of body to it. Hip hop I've found also can be quite good. So I do that, but also sometimes I'm in situations like when you're working in an office environment, which I don't do very much, but I do have the job at the Welcome, and before that I was at Cray, which is at UCL, and sometimes there are things that change, like at Christmas, and it's really good to know that I can put on my headphones and listen to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and that Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon is gonna be the same as it was the last time I listened to it, regardless of whether it's Christmas or what's happening around me. In my noise cancelling headphones, it'll sound like the last time I listened to it. Also, I have earplugs, and I have musician earplugs. There's loads of different kinds of earplugs that you can get. Obviously, most people, when they think of earplugs, probably think of the foam ones that you sort of mould in your hand and stick in your ear. You can get ones that are specifically moulded and made out of silicone for your own ear, or you can get, I guess they're made out of silicone, ones that it's a bit like Play-Doh, but a bit firmer, and you sort of massage it in your finger and put it into your ear. But these ones, I like these. They've got filters on them, and I think it's like 12 decibels that they reduce by. And yeah, basically I just pop them in my ears. There we go, there's one. And there's the other. It took me a while to get used to them, to like putting something in my ear, because that scared me to start off with. But yeah, they're good. You can't really see them. I mean, I could get more discreet ones, but I really like them because I just find that they give me the right amount of cut. But you might also find ear defenders work well for you. So ear defenders, you don't get the directionalness of sound. Like, you don't get the what direction the sound is coming from. Personally, as a musician, I find that quite disconcerting, but I can imagine that that might really work for some people. And if you go onto websites like Screwfix or Toolstation, you can see that different ear defenders have different amounts of decibels that they reduce the sound by. So I think the most is probably minus 35 decibels. 3M do some like that. They're black and they've got a red line on them. But like 19, 20 decibels is quite common. And I think the yellow ones made by 3M do that.